ever send a full stop? Do you know where the money go? They go on the take on. Way down how we build a record stars in my love, love.
I told you I fell over, and I won't be pressing charges because no one's done anything wrong. My husband is the last person on earth who would ever raise his hand to me. Dale is my knight in shining armour. He rescued me a few years ago, rode his white stallion right up to the tower where I was held prisoner and saved me. You see, my dad was a drunk, the kind who'd come home late and scream at his wife because she didn't have a hot meal ready for him. How could my mum know that he'd be hungry at 2 a.m? Sometimes there'd be bangs and slaps to go with the screams. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mum would make me breakfast the mornings after and be extra nice to me. Cara, baby, I'm so proud of my little girl. I'm going to make you a nice cheese and mushroom pizza tonight, okay, sweetie? Thanks, Mum. But, Mum, why are you wearing those glasses? It's not very sunny in the kitchen. It's just a little migraine, sweetie. Your dad had a long day at work, and we had a good long chat when he got home, and I didn't get enough sleep. It's nothing to worry about. Mum started having more and more migraines. And one night when Dad was screaming at her, I went downstairs to talk to him. I wanted to tell him that Mum only had migraines when he yelled at her. What the hell are you doing down here, Cara? Get back to your room, now! Dad, please stop screaming at Mum. She only has migraines. Now! He came at me and I backed away as quick as I could, but backed up against a bookcase and cracked a rib. It was the most painful thing ever. He was nice to us for a month after that, but it was worse than ever when he started again. Dale came to my school when I was 17. He was a year older than the rest of the class, but all the girls fancied him. So did Mark Wilson. He really fancied him. But Dale only had eyes for me. We sit together at lunch and I tell him all about my dream to see the world and experience everything I could. Don't you just love Paris and France? It's so romantic. I just love the language. Did you know that I've never seen a baguette in real life? I bet you it tastes like any other baguette, but I'd love to have a baguette fight. I hit him with my imaginary baguette and he tickles me until I almost pee my pants. After a few weeks, I was telling Dale about my dream trip to Europe and how I wanted to stop in Egypt on the way there and Fiji on the way back. And he took my hand. I felt this electric surge through my whole body. And I leant over and kissed him. And he kissed me back. And I felt head over heel in love with him right then and there. We were inseparable after that and held hands in the 2 classes we had together. Mark Wilson was totally pissed off and never spoke to me again. I was in heaven for 2 months, until one night there was a knock at my bedroom window. Cara! Cara! Dale, you can't be here. I love you, Cara. I had to see you. Dale, you have to go, now. But it's too late. He hears the screams and he's halfway downstairs before I can finish saying Dad. I run after him and try to stop him, but he moves like lightning. Mum is sitting at the kitchen table, head in her hands, crying. Dad is standing and pointing and shouting. Dale grabs him and throws him up against the wall. You wife-beating piece of shit! You want to fight? Let's see how you hold up against someone your own size! Get your things! I'm getting you away from this monster! Dale has a murderous look in his eyes. So I do what he says. I grab a bag and some clothes and we hurry out the front door. The last image I ever have of home is Mum standing at the table, white as a sheet, hand over her mouth and her eyes bugging out. Dad curled up on the floor, blood bubbling out of his mouth and nose. So that's it. Dale saved me and he's been looking after me ever since. Never letting me get so much as a scratch. He got a job as a carpenter so we could rent a tiny house in the outskirts of town. We were scared my dad might find us, so Dad put bars on all the windows and about a dozen locks on all the doors. It takes over a minute to open them. We got married at the registry office after just a week, and I was happier than you can ever imagine. He was the man of my dreams. Tall, smart, handsome. We were totally in love. I wish my mum could have been at the wedding, but Dale was scared my dad might find us and try to hurt me. He worked long hours, and I started to feel claustrophobic being cooped up inside all day. So I started growing flowers outside. But Dale came home early one afternoon and went crazy.
What the hell are you doing, Cara? What if he finds you and tries to hurt you? Do you think I can live with myself? I forbid you to go outside unless I'm one step behind you.
There was no way my dad could know where we lived, but it was so sweet of him to care so much about me. The days grew longer and longer, and I started getting really bored. I'm dying to find out if my mum's all right, but I've got no phone. I tell Dale I want to see her.
No way, babe. What if he's there? He'll kill you.
Then I'll call her on your phone then.
What if he answers?
Well, I'll hang up.
No, Cara. He'll know it's you and trace the call. And find you and hurt you. I will not take that risk.
He gets so angry and yells at me when I argue with him, so I hide myself in the bedroom. When he finds me crying, he's heartbroken and holds me, and kisses me and tells me that everything will be all right. He wants to make love. I really don't feel like it. But he does so much to me. So I do it. For him. Weeks pass by, and I sit in the house, staring through the bars in the window. Dale keeps all the doors locked. I think about my dream trip to Paris. It looks just like heaven to me. I wish I could look at some photos, but we don't have a computer. Dad might find me if I go online. Months pass by, and I forget the taste of my favourite foods. We have a freezer full of steak and sausages, potatoes in the pantry, bacon, milk and eggs for breakfast. I haven't had a cheese and mushroom pizza in half a year. I begged Dale to let me go shopping, but an old woman at the supermarket got mugged last month and I wouldn't put you in such reckless danger. Then I give him a list instead, but he doesn't have time to hunt around for all those vegetables nobody even likes. We have nothing in the house of colour. I realise I've seen nothing but grey in a year. I tell Dale this. He buys me a set of watercolours. I start painting all the things I can't see anymore. My old house, the Eiffel Tower, broccoli, my mum. I'm not a very good artist, and soon my world is little more than crappy paintings based on things I can barely remember. Getting depressed all the time, and Dale starts getting angry at me. I'm safe, and I have food on my table each night. I should stop being so damn selfish. I know I should be grateful. He saved me and he does everything he can to give me a good life. But my world is shrinking more and more with each passing week, and my brave knight shining armour is starting to look dull. One morning, I take his phone out of his bag as he heads to work. I never should have done this, but I'm desperate to find out how my mum is. I'm terrified that he might find me, and it takes me an hour to summon up the courage to call. Mum? Mum? How are you, Mum? It's me, Cara. She cries and cries when she hears my voice. She sounds so sick, all husky and quiet and coughing a lot. She says it was just a little migraine and that she lost her voice with the flu last month, but she's so happy to hear my voice, and it's so beautiful to speak to her again.
What the fuck are you doing with my phone?
Dale appears out of nowhere. He grabs the phone. He's so angry that he roars to the sky like a lion. I'm so surprised that I stumble back and trip over. And that's how it went down. I was the one that fell over. I was the one who made him angry. Dale was in absolute prince when he saw how badly I hurt myself. He didn't tell me off. He took me straight here to the hospital. Look, it's been 10 minutes and he's probably getting a bit worried about me. You've got your report. Can you send him in here on your way out? I don't want him to be worried.